a woman, treat a woman like a man. But I was only 7 and I didn't understand. If only I'd listen to mama. She told me this would happen to me sooner or later. If only I'd listen to mama.
All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to another edition of the Rock and Roll Geezer Show, your weekly rock news outlet. And holy schmokums, baby, we got a full menu today, there, Doc. I'm telling you what, man. We're coming from, of course, we're cruising over the poppy fields of Greater Western Aurora, and boy, we got a busy one here. We got some Springsteen and Kid Rock. Woo, doggy, man. They're in the news. Josh Freese. Oh boy. Gene Simmons, got to mention him again, of course. He's always good to talk about. Alice in Chains, sad news going on there. Little Motorhead update. I tell you, man. Radke and Tommy Lee, that's all I'm going to say. We'll go from there. CBGB, there's a little bit of thing going on there in the news. Henry Rollins, Willie, Steve Perry, all sorts of good stuff. Got to, I'm your host, Murph. Got to do it with my co-host. That'd be the man from the very excellent Aurora, Illinois. That would be Doc Box. What's going on, Doc?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where these poppy fields are in Western Aurora.
Greater Western Aurora.
I was unaware.
Beautiful. They're just beautiful in the morning, aren't they? Yeah.
So, dude, this is definitely a jam-packed show, man. A little more stories than we're usually comfortable bringing you, but
yep.
we couldn't turn them down. There were just so many interesting ones. So, thanks everybody for stopping by. Definitely appreciate it. Hope you told a friend or somebody. And, starting off, man, this Springsteen thing's been all over the news. You probably already saw it or know about it, but many of you know I'm a big Springsteen fan, and this is not sitting well with me at all, man. So go ahead and start her off, Murph.
Well, the boss, he's over there in Europe, and I don't know why he's ranting. Well, here, let's get his picture up there first. He's ranting and raving against this Trump administration, calling them, corrupt, incompetent, and treasonous. Throwing treason around, just nonchalantly. That's that right there. That shows a lack of real understanding of treason, and just the fact that, I recall the Dixie Chicks. If we all recall, the Dixie Chicks went over abroad somewhere and started trashing President Bush, which now, when you look back, it wasn't such a bad thing, but it's still not a good thing. It screwed up their career, and obviously the boss doesn't care. He's almost a billionaire now. He's a 1%er. He's not a 1%er. He's like a 0.1%er at this point. And I just find it really disgusting that he goes over to another country, because if you're gonna do that, have the balls to do it here, in front of Americans. If you're gonna trash, the people we voted for, or whoever we voted for, if you're gonna trash them, have the balls to do it, here, instead of going where you're gonna have a receptive crowd over in Europe, because they hate us anyway. So I just found it cheap and just unnecessary, Doc. I don't know.
Yeah, like you said, kind of smacks of the Dixie Chicks kind of thing. Theirs was in London. This is in Manchester, both over in England. But man, Bruce, I don't get it. To what end? Is he just to be a mouthpiece for the left now? Is it just the propagandist thing? It's just, I don't know. If you haven't seen the video, it's all over. You can check out the video.
And he did again last night, a second time.
He did again last night. Yeah, and that was the first time. Was the opening night of the tour, of that leg of the tour.
Jeez, is he going to do this every night?
Tours, ironically enough.
Gosh.
And I don't know. He's just going on about how people are being persecuted for voicing their dissent right now, and I'm like,
how?
Didn't that happen more with his side of the aisle and COVID? And, it was just, I don't know. He just seems so out of touch now and getting into things that I know he wants to still feel like he's being the common man, but he's not. He's really not. He's so far.
He never worked
touch.
A real job. He's never worked a real job.
No,
a real job. Yeah. That takes me. Yeah. You know, I live on per month probably what he spends in 4 hours. You know,
Yeah,
he's
what he
so
spends on dinner. Yeah.
freaking rich. Yeah, I live on that on a month. So that's really what I need is some 1.1 percenter. Telling me why how I voted wrong. I don't need. Music used to be just a great takeaway, and it's just become just horrifying. And of course, the Trumpster, of course, he's got to fire back, and he labeled Bruce Springsteen a quote dried out prune, which is pretty light, But Jiminy Creepers. He's over there making deals and everything, trying to settle down in the Middle East and stuff. But whatever. I'm not going to go political, but I just wish these folks wouldn't. And I imagine every show
It's
now.
hard not to, though, Murph. We talk about that all the time. We try to not, but in this case, it's hard not to. It just the
Gosh.
politics is firmly involved in the rock and roll story here,
And I mean, is
and
every night
no
going to be
matter
like
how you
this?
feel, which side of the aisle you're on, I would just be upset as a concert goer. Why are you wasting my time preaching to me, man? Come on, dude, play Badlands, man. Play Darkness on the Edge of Town or something, man. Why are we
Yeah,
listening to you
yeah.
preaching?
In
Everybody knows where your
darkness,
politics is at. We
on
don't need to
the
come
edge
to a
of
concert
time.
to know what your side of the aisle you're on. We
Yeah, we
already
know
know.
that, and just come and play some great music. But no, apparently he spent like 3 minutes. It's almost a song. Bitching about how horrible the government is over in another country. That just torques my ass because most of them
He's not
people.
just complaining. I mean, like you said, treasonous. He's using some very rough, hard language. And
Yeah.
what I hate most about this is when politics get involved in rock and roll, I'm forced to take Kid Rock's side over Bruce Springsteen's, man. It's like
Oh, that hurts.
this is not right.
Where is he?
This is
There
not.
he is, right there. There's Kid Rock. Yes. Oh, he's looking good on the beach. Way to go, Coors, man. Yeah, Kid Rock. This guy.
Yeah, he's been all over Fox
And,
bitching about this. For
and
whatever
also,
reason, they're going to Kid Rock on this one. I don't know.
And also, for crying out loud, the American Federation of Musicians, the musical union. I believe I was in a music union back in the late 70s. I don't know if it was probably them. They waded into the Bruce Springsteen War Awards with Donald Trump. And of course, well, they're taking Springsteen's side. Oh, free speech, blah, 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 all this stuff. But crying out loud, don't do it over in another country. My gosh. So that yeah, he's got everybody, all the expected organizations and people on his side, but I just find it distasteful. God, if you hate the government so much, come over here and try and make change. Really become a politician, Bruce. You got the money. Heck, it's like you wouldn't even have to, inside trade and everything like all them clowns do up there in Washington, which is what they do. They all inside trade. So,
Oh, yeah.
and then Kid Rock, he just this numbskull. Jeez. Kid Rock says Bruce Springsteen should stay in Europe after anti-Trump rant during the concert in England. What a punk move. Yeah, and it is, but you just hate hearing it from Kid Rock because he's the guy I really don't like too much at all. So, holy cow! What do you think? What do you think
You know
about
what I
Kid
think?
Rock?
This is what we should do. Let's just dawned on me. I don't know. I haven't quite thought this out, but hear me out. Just like Kid Rock got Bill Maher in the White House, and they broke bread and kind of understood each other a little better. Springsteen. Let's get Kid Rock, Springsteen, and Trump sit down and break bread.
Wouldn't that
Maybe
be
have a
something?
better understanding of each other, man. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Hang on,
That'll
man.
never happen, probably. But
Yeah. Well, give me just a second. I don't know. I just find it distasteful how Kid Rock is. He's like grown into the one of the heroes of the right, and the Bruce Springsteen one heroes of the left. And I don't want Kid Rock as a hero on the right. I don't want Bruce Springsteen as a hero on the left. And you're right. If they could only just sit down, just like like Mar did with Trump. These three guys sit down. I, I don't know. That would make too much sense, though, Doc. You're making too much sense there, man. They
yeah,
also
no.
sit down and
Well,
actually break
excuse
bread.
me. I don't think it's going to happen on Trump's end either. He had some pretty harsh words for Springsteen. They never liked him or his music. He's an obnoxious jerk, dumb as a rock. Yeah, dried out prune of a rock star. Yeah. So
Yeah,
no love lost there, I think.
and then, of course, Kid Rock, our buddy Kid Rock, who allegedly pulled a gun and used the N word during a heated interview with, of all people, Rolling Stone. That's great. Way to go, Kid Rock. See, I don't want him as a hero. He's not a hero. He's on the headline of pulling out a gun and waving it around during an interview with a Rolling Stone reporter, as well as using the N word. See that's right there. You lose all credibility. We heard him use the F word all during his whole concert. All he was doing is cussing, but he didn't use that. But of course, he's some hillbilly.
I was like you
Yeah,
say, you really don't want him being one of the spokespeople for your
no.
side, but he's kind of just becoming a parody of himself, really, man. He really
Yeah.
has,
Uh-huh.
But
Oh yeah, he's a numbskull, but numbskulls will be numbskulls, and when you give a numbskull that much money, therein lies the problem because people with that
yeah,
much money, it's a real problem. It's a real issue.
yeah, they were calling him out about being racist and everything, and saying how he owns one of the General Lees, I guess, from Dukes of Hazzard. I
That
think there's
that
several of those cars, right? They used a few of those, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And he owns one of them. And then he said he's so racist, he has a white butler he calls Uncle Tom.
see this
If it
moronic
was a
shit
black
like that.
guy, maybe I would be racist, but I don't see what it's, I don't know, whatever.
Mental illness isn't a pretty thing. I'll say that mental illness, mental illness isn't a pretty thing. But let's move on from this catastrophe, this
Yeah.
debacle, if you will, and move on to Josh Freeze. Man, where is Josh? There's Josh right there. He's looking happy there, but he is not. He says he's shocked and disappointed to be let go by the Foo Fighters after 2 years with the band. And he shared the news in a heartfelt social media post saying, the Foo Fighters called me Monday night, of all nights to call, too, on a Monday night. That's the worst. To let me know they've decided to, quote, go in a different direction with their drummer, unquote. No reason was given. Regardless, I enjoyed the past 2 years with them, both on and off stage, and I support whatever they feel is best for the band, blah, blah, blah. In my 40 years of drumming professionally, I've never been let go from a band. So while I'm not angry, just a bit shocked and disappointed, but most of I've always worked freelance and bounced between bands, so I'm fine. Stay tuned for my quote top 10 possible reasons Josh got booted from the Foo Fighters list. And I saw it, and it's just stupid, so I'm not going to even bother going through it. But
Oh, okay. I haven't seen it. I was curious about it.
it came out somewhere. But
Oh, okay.
geez, yeah, just goofy stuff. But I don't know. I was thinking maybe Taylor Hawkins' young son, or possibly, yeah, Ringo's son Zach. He could slide right in there and be a
Well, the Who have
really,
fired him again. So you're right. Yeah, remember we
yeah,
talked a
because
couple weeks ago where he got
yeah,
fired and
that's
rehired, and
I'm
now he's
gonna
been
say.
refired. So
Radio, my good friend. Yes, the Who have refired Zach Starkey. So really, they're just a train wreck from hell. And apparently, they're going to use the drummer that Roger uses on his solo gigs. And it's like at this
okay,
point, it's just a geriatric society. It's like bring out the
right.
walkers and the Geritol. Remember
Start
that
having their
stuff?
oxygen tanks up there.
Yeah.
Jeez, jeez,
Yeah. I can see that scream and won't get fooled again now.
right.
Yeah. I could get off my lawn scream. Yeah.
Eh,
That would be great. But good for Josh. No reason given of the Foo Fighters have been a train wreck since the incident. So we'll see. It may be Taylor Hawkins' son. Who knows? They
Well,
haven't
they
really
better
said
figure out
anything.
something quick because they have some performances scheduled for later this year. So
Yeah, get with
I'm
it,
sure they
boys.
already have something in mind, but they cannot be reached for comment or have declined comments. So no
Oh,
comment from the Foo
really?
Fighters as of yet. They
Oh,
haven't said
jeez.
anything.
Oh, crying out loud. Well, that's, it is what it is. Doggone it. Ah, here we go. There's Gene Simmons right there, by golly. Good old Gene. Or as a Gene Simmons chia head, if you will. Sure, we'll go that route. But We talked
Is that
about,
real?
the chia head. I don't know. I'm sure it isn't. That looks fake totally, doesn't it? Yeah, yeah. That picture looks. It
If it's
should
not,
be
it ought to
real.
be.
It should be real. Apparently, I saw a picture of Ace in concert the other night. Somebody posted a picture and said, "Ace, just give it up with the wig." Because he's got a new wig and
Oh,
it's really weird. And apparently, the drummer Peter Criss is the only one with real hair at this point. Who
is
wears
that
his
right?
real hair? I guess so. Well, yeah, yeah. Well, we already know Paul Stanley, crying out loud. That was painfully obvious that he wears a wig. So yeah, and Gene, not surprised. We should look at early pictures. Somebody posted an earlier picture of Ace, and he's got a big bald spot back here from like back in the '90s or whatever. And now he's
Okay.
got the flowing mane of excellence, and it's like, no,
Yeah, you
no,
can
no.
usually tell with the hairline right up here.
Yeah.
You see like a Paul Rogers or somebody like that. It should be like mine receding, and then 5 years later, it's all like a straight line across there. Like, okay,
Looking
buddy.
great, like William Shatner. Yeah. And William Shatner, that was classic. Yeah, he looked so great. He got better hair now in his 90s than he had in his
All
30s.
right.
So, yeah. But anyway, so Gene Simmons, yeah, yeah, he got this solo band thing going on, doing a solo tour that he's been canceling gigs, a whole bunch of gigs. But if we recall, we talked about how he let people spend like 13,000 dollars on an experience to be his roadie for a day and get to meet him and be with him during the day and all this crap. Apparently, he still fulfilled his mission on that one. Headline here from the good people of classic rock. I'm going to die happy. I got to use my southern hat. I'm going to die happy. Man who spent $12,495 to be Kiss icon Gene Simmons in his roadie for a day has zero regrets. What the hell kind of set and structure is that? Ugh. So anyway, Dwayne Rosato and his son spent a day with Kiss star Gene Simmons and talked about sex, a lack of drugs, and rock and roll. Boy, uh, hey, numbnuts, give me. I'll do it for 8,000. If you want to talk about all
Yeah,
that
right.
crap, I'll give you an earful. Jeez, dumbass. Well, if he's got the money to spend, a retired corrections officer. Oh boy, wow, that must be good bucks in corrections, dude. If he can just throw away 12,000 and meet some numbnuts who could quite honestly give two hoots about the guy. So,
Yep. But as soon as he walked out the door, forgot his name already. You know it, man.
yeah, oh
Yeah.
yeah, but he's gonna die a happy man. So good with him. If it's his money, he can spend it like he will. So yeah, in March, Simmons announced the pricey Gene Simmons Experience package, and then the show went to hell. The tour went to hell, and so but he still lived up to I guess it
Yeah,
was the
it's
only
part
one,
of the
huh?
package. It's part of the package. They get introduced on stage, and he said that's something he'll always have. It's on YouTube. He can always look back on that video and stuff. So, yeah, I guess get a little something out of it. But I don't know if you got
It's
that kind of
ridiculous.
money to throw around, I suppose, or if it's you know,
Yeah, well, he
somebody
bought his.
thinks worth it. I don't know if Gene Simmons to me would be worth it, but yeah, whatever.
Well, he tells New York Times, "You only live once, and I want to experience life. I'm not going to die with a lot of money. No shit, Sherlock, when you spend it like that. But
Yeah,
I'm going to
right.
die happy. Yeah, your son's probably going to need surgery, and he's going to have no money because you spent it on crap like this." So it included a sound check with the band, a meal with Simmons. Wow. A roadie experience and hanging out in Simmons' backstage dressing room with no weed, no alcohol, no nothing. It's like,
Right.
wow, let's watch CSI
Just listen
Miami.
to him bloviate about whatever. Yeah.
Oh, well, I remember the time when I screwed 10 girls in one night.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real good. Yeah, that's real
I
good,
remember when
Gene.
Rush was opening for us, and yeah, whatever.
Oh gosh. Hey, they were even introduced by the star to the audience. Wow. I'm
I
sorry.
uh I saw another thing where like one of the gigs that got canceled, the guy that had bought the experience for one of those get in trouble getting a refund on it. So He's not having such a good experience. And it's like, come on, Gene, give the money back, man. I don't know. It's probably not even. Gene's probably even unaware of it, but who
Gee.
knows? But
Well,
yeah.
by golly, according to the New York Times, Simmons praised Rosato for doing a great job as a parent and keeping his son away from illicit substances. Simmons also fielded some tough questions, including being asked to explain the price tag for the experience. Simmons said, "Oh shit, what accent was I usually for Simmons? I can't even remember." Oh God,
I wish I could do a good Gene. That would be awesome.
I know the free market, supply and demand. People want to do it. You do it. You buy a Rolls Royce because you want a Rolls Royce, but a Volkswagen will get you there too. What the hell does that mean? Well,
In other words, you paid for it, sucker. So that's why I charge that much.
Yeah. I'm gonna wipe my ass with your money and my next bowel movement. That's probably what he's saying. Oh, Gene,
You just kiss
the
toilet
rocking
paper.
machine. Yeah, the dancing machine, Gene. Well, yeah, I'm sorry. Well, good for them though. You know, they're gonna pay for it. It's a lifetime experience that Gene will never remember. And boy, here we go. This guy, jeez, where are they? There they are. Alice in Chains. Alice in Chains. I love Alice in Chains, man. And of course, we talked about. I believe we've already discussed how their drummer, Sean Kenny, had a medical emergency. Now I heard it was his heart. There's still stuff going on, but I heard he had heart surgery. But
Yeah.
that was only one site, and a lot of these sites you can't depend on. You know, you just look at the name of the site, and it's like, whoa, never heard of these ass clowns. I'm out of here. But yeah, he's had his emergency surgery, and you know they've canceled their whole damn tour. But do you think that would be good enough for America's most favorite hanger-oner, Doc? Do you think so?
Who would that be?
Who would that be? Oh, who's America's most favorite hanger-oner? Where is he? Where is that clown? There he is, Eddie. I look
Eddie
like
Trunk.
a girl in drag. Trunk, Eddie Trunk. What a douchebag. This guy, I saw this article and I couldn't believe it. From the good people of rock celebrities. Rock journalist accuses Alice in Chains of abandoning their own crew. So, okay, let me read the first paragraph, then we'll go from there. Alice in Chains' recent decision to cancel their upcoming tour due to drummer Sean Kinney's medical emergency has sparked criticism from prominent rock journalists who argue that the move has left the band's crew and support staff in a difficult position. I'm going to leave it right there. Stop right there for a second, Dr. Rooney, Dr. Rolla. Now, we've been talking about this shit forever. We never see anything written about it, but we talk about it constantly. How the support staff is always getting. Nobody says a freaking thing, but we're talking about it constant. All of a sudden, rock journalists are all worried about this particular crew. When we've been talking about this since we started the show. And all of a sudden, this Eddie Trunk douchebag, you know, he's all worried about, why are you worried now, you hanger-oner? Which is really the luckiest nobody in the world. I consider this guy.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. He really is, man. He just got lucky and got a job at the right radio station at the right time back in the day. And he's definitely a hanger-oner. That's a good way to put it, man. Yeah.
Man, oh man, oh
And
man.
for me, why single out Alice in Chains? Like I said, we talk about this every time a tour is canceled, every time anything's canceled. Pretty much, we talk about how it affects the crew and the merchants and all that kind of stuff. And so now why he's singling out Alice in Chains. I mean, why not bring it up to all the other hundreds of shows that have been canceled?
Yeah, Eddie Trunk. Let me see what kind of voice, what kind of. It's understandable that the band wants to prioritize health, but it's important to consider the livelihoods of the crew members who rely on these tours for their income. Okay, so what should they do? Make Matt Kenny, hurry up with the heart surgery, doc, sew him up. We got to get back on tour. Yeah, why now? That's
Yeah,
what
this is an
torques
odd
my.
one. It's for health related reasons. I mean,
Yeah,
there's
it's
been
not like that they're too drunk or they can't get along
right,
anymore, or
or
it's
it's
a
divorce or
drugs.
something, or
Oh
yeah,
God, yeah, Eddie Trunk, quiet as a fucking mouse. Yeah, yeah. Pardon my French. Quiet as a mouse.
that's not
I'm Eddie
French.
Trunk. I'm not going to say anything. No, no. But all of a sudden, when a real health emergency happens, and now he's suddenly worried. Oh, yeah, yeah. The band's cancellation, which while prioritizing Kenny's health, has inadvertently. I love the guy's use of big words in this article. Affected the financial stability of their crew, bringing to light the challenges faced by support staff in the music industry during unforeseen events. Yeah, now you worry about it. The situation underscores the need for more comprehensive support systems for all individuals involved in bringing concerts to life, ensuring that decisions made for the well being of one does not inadvertently harm many others. I like this guy's English, yeah. But really, that wasn't Eddie Trunk there, obviously. He would have said, well, you know, the guy there, they need the money to pay the bills. Okay, Eddie, good call, man. But yeah, jeez, wow. So I'm just stunned. Yeah, yeah.
You know what it is?
Here-
It's probably the guy talks what I don't know 30 hours a week or whatever on his podcasts and radio shows and everything. So he's got to have something to talk about, I guess. But if you're really concerned, like I said, we've been talking about this since we started.
Yep,
So if it was a real concern of yours, there was plenty of opportunity to bring this up before
sure. Yeah,
before it was a legitimate health issue that knocked the guy out or knocked the tour out, I guess.
yeah, we
So
talk about it all
yeah,
the
I
time.
don't
You
know.
know,
It
you
just
got
seems
multi
all
mega millionaires, mega millionaire musicians. Oh, they canceled their tour. I don't give a shit about them. It's always about the support staff. Because that really the riggers, the guys that are climbing the hell up the
yeah, be
cables
careful there.
up into rafters there. Jeez. Really. So to see some, yeah, yeah, Eddie Trunk. I really, I hope they throw tomatoes at him at the next concert. Just to say, shut up, Eddie Trunk, you hanger oner. Really.
And by
Gosh,
the
I mean,
way, I don't know. You used to watch that metal show where he hosted the metal show with Jim Florentine and the other
I
goofy guy,
remembered very
Don
little. Yeah.
Jameson. And they had part of the show where it was Stump the Trunk. And guys would
Oh,
get up and ask, and it had to be metal related, and they would
right.
ask him trivia questions and stuff. And if you stumped them, you got some lame prize, usually CD or DVD or something like that or whatever.
Right.
You know what? Yeah, he knows a lot about metal. I go against him. I'll go against it over other genres. I'll go against him. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
you heard
knows
that
metal,
Trunk?
but that's all he
Oh,
knows. So
hanger
that's all I'm
on
saying. Eddie Trunk, I challenge you. If you're out there,
Yeah, yeah,
stump
yeah.
Doc Vox. Come on.
Yeah, I don't know how this guy made it, but he's somehow out there and gets do all the interesting things. But at the same time, whatever, man, it's all cool because I'm not a hanger oner, so I'll go with that. And that's all I got to say about that. All right. Oh boy, here we go. Let's just get the picture up here to start this out with. There he is, Lemmy, legendary bass player of Motorhead. Well, wow, you mentioned this, mentioned Doc that they're bringing out some new music. They found some new Motorhead music, but at the same time, you brought the fact that if it was good, they would have released it when he was
Yeah.
living. Don't you? And that's your theory on that?
Yeah, this is from 76. So this
Mm.
is, almost 50 years old.
Ooh.
It's called the Manticore tapes. That's an odd name. It doesn't roll off the tongue very well. The Manticore tapes from 76. So they're going to be released coming up June 27th. I don't know. I guess, if you're a big Motorhead fan, it's exciting to get something different from them, at this point. But the same
Yeah,
time, you got to think it's
76.
just
Yeah,
it's just the label trying to cash grab. Found they
boy.
had something laying around, and but they didn't want to put it out. Well, I don't care. They're all dead. So yeah,
Yeah,
this is from the
yeah.
classic lineup, Fast Eddie Clark and Phil
It could be
Taylor.
wild though,
So
because that would be right. I'm sure Lemmy jumped right from Hawkwind, probably right into this. So that could be interesting to see the transition there. You know, he was
Yeah,
in the early 70s. He
good
was in
point.
Hawkwind. Yeah. He started out as a guitarist, but he turned into a
Yeah.
bass player. You can tell the way he plays bass. He's a basic guitarist who plays bass. But yeah. So you know, it could be interesting, but yeah, I wouldn't expect too much. But who knows? But if it was good, they'd have put it out. So could be train wreck, tragedy. Could be an interesting piece of music.
Yeah, I'm wondering
Speaking,
who's getting the profits from this. This going to Lemmy's
oh,
estate, or this just purely going to
he's got
the
a kid,
label, or
doesn't
what?
he?
Yeah, he's
Lemmy's
got a
got a
son.
kid.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know, if I was him, I'd be jumping on that opportunity to get that money. What the hell, you know? Jeez, buy a house with it or something. Because Lemmy never had a house, did he? I don't think he lived in a hotel and just spent his days at the bar.
Yeah, he lived in had an apartment over there in Los Angeles, not far from the Rainbow, and yeah,
Okay.
there's a documentary out like that where he's got his son and he's showing like all this stuff in the apartment. And, yeah,
Okay, I guess. Here we go. Oh, geez, there he is. Oh, he caramba. Ronnie Radke. Well, this is
we were
interesting
just
because
talking about our reoccurring
yeah,
characters.
there's another one, Tommy Lee. Hey, Tommy, smoking a
Yeah,
bowl
we
or
got two
something.
of them in the same
Ronnie,
story.
Tommy, Ronnie, Tommy, Ronnie, Tommy, Ronnie. Oh boy, this is interesting. Falling in Reverse from Rockfeed. This is Falling in Reverse frontman Ronnie Radke has shared a series of messages that appear to be from Brittany Ferlin, the estranged wife of Motley Crue drummer Tommy Lee. No surprise. This comes shortly after TMZ. Oh man, all the cretins are in this one. Report that reported that Lee and Ferlin have separated, and shortly after Lee posted a cryptic message about catfishing. Apparently, catfishing is online when you're pretending to be someone else. And someone was pretending to be Ronnie Radke apparently on Instagram or one of those Snapchat. Ronnie Radke claims he received an angry message from Lee accusing him of using Snapchat. Wait a while, Lee accusing him of using Snapchat to contact Ferlin, a claim Radke strongly denies, stating he had never used the platform, which is easy to prove, actually. He also pointed out that Ferlin has followed him on multiple accounts while he has never followed her in return. That says a lot there. Radke went on to share screenshots of what appeared to be multiple direct messages from Ferlin, which he says he never responded to. His full response was posted to his Instagram story. So, holy schmokums, what a mess this is, man. Tommy Lee. Well, you remember, Doc? You remember good old Tommy Lee when they were at a concert and Ferlin comes out and whips it up in front of the crowd to show the whole crowd her chest.
Yeah,
You
there's
know,
a
and
point in the show where he tries to get everybody to do that. He used
gets
her
her
to get
out.
everybody primed
I knew
up, I
right
guess.
then.
Yeah.
You know, it's like this is not these two are nothing but a clown show. They don't love each other. There's the exploitation of each others' fame and beauty or whatever. It's really very odd. But yeah, apparently he's pissed off. He's threatening a lawsuit against Brittany Ferlin to clear his name. This is from the good people of rock celebrities. Falling Reverse frontman Ronnie Radke addressed allegations about his involvement with Tommy Lee and Brittany Ferlin through a video statement on TikTok, and he's ticked off, and he says just making this video because I feel like I need to because Brittany Ferlin insists that it's me in the Snapchat. Brittany, I swear on everything I love, this is not me. And then he maintains his position, says, I understand you're feeling embarrassed, and the reason why you think I'm harassing you is because I'm mad. I was mad. I was angry. If I got angry with you, I apologize, but you have to understand where I'm coming from. Because if he was truly catfish, yeah, he like leave me the hell alone, leave me out of your freaking circus, people. So, and he says I love Tommy Lee and all this crap, but he's trying to be nicer, but he doesn't know what else to say. So, if it was a true case of catfishing and he doesn't have an Instagram account, that would be pretty easy to, I would think, to verify. Wouldn't you think, there, Professor?
Sure. Yeah, this story just kills me, man. Yeah, two of your biggest slime balls collide. It just yeah. I know Ronnie Racky's going to be like this generation's Tommy Lee kind of man, and all he needs is a sex tape, and he's there, man. He just
Sort
I
of
don't know.
is. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He's really a bizarre. They're both bizarre characters, but at some point, yeah, just knock it off for crying out loud. It's starting to get crazy. Right, starting to get crazy. Here's a cool story we should get into. Where are the good? Where are they? There it is, right there. CBGBs. Headline from Louder. The headline: Iggy Pop, Sex Pistols, The Damned, Melvins, Jack White, Gorilla Biscuits. Among the artists confirmed for a new U.S. punk rock festival. What do you mean by festival? It's just going to be one day, right, Doc?
Yeah, it's a one day, but
One day
it's
fest.
a
Okay,
one
all
day
right, all right.
festival. So yeah, probably wearing my CBGB shirt today. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the scene and the
I'm not. I'm wearing my
never been
Burning
to the venue.
Brides.
Always regret that I never got it there, but
Burning Brides. Boom, right there.
uh,
Okay. Oh,
but
Doc, I got a
yeah,
picture.
I always wish I got there. The home of alternative music, man. I mean, if you don't know the history of CBGB, it's definitely worth looking into. There's a movie out. It's kind of a corny movie, Hollywood movie, but it's it hits all the notes, I guess. But yeah, man, they definitely got a killer lineup, man. They got Murderers Row, Iggy and Sex Pistols right there. You got the Damned, the Melvins, man. That was like
The
Buzz
Melvin.
Osborne. They
Great
got the
guy.
hair from the Melvins, man. That's pretty
I
cool.
got a picture here, Doc, though. Got a picture here. Okay. What's wrong with this picture? I don't even have to look at them two. What's up with Iggy? What's he got a baby down there or what? Look at that shit.
Iggy's got to go shirtless, man, and he's
Yeah, but he's got a
how old is
baby
he
down
now?
there. Look at that.
70.
Something's wrong.
He's got a
Is that
little
a
pouch.
tumor? Is that a freaking tumor or what? Is he sporting a? No, you know what it is. Oh, what's that? Arnold Schwarzenegger movie where the guy comes out of the guy's chest. Running Man. Yeah, yeah.
Total Recall.
Total Recall. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Iggy. He's gonna have that guy popping out of his chest and start the reactor. God. Oh, not. I keep thinking El Guapo, but they did. The guy who pops out of the chest. Oh, geez. But yeah, Iggy, come on, man, put on a shirt. He's looking
He
good.
can't, man.
Stop it. He's looking good. Good chest. You cover that up. It's like, oh, look at how healthy he looks. My gosh, lean trimming. Oh my God, what the hell is that?
Nah, you look at pictures of him like up close, it's like real loose skin and everything. Yeah,
It's horrifying.
You know he's gonna be mad if you put a shirt on, buddy. We know that's your image. We know that's what you've been doing for 60 years. But come on.
Oh God, I got that name on the tip of my tongue. But there's actually a T-shirt out there that is a T-shirt of Iggy's chest, all the hanging skin and shit. There's actually a T-shirt
really?
out there. Yes, there is. We should get that. That's
I got a
classic.
birthday coming up. If everybody cares to get me one of those, double XL.
But that's just horrifying. Oh gosh, I can't remember the name of the character. One.
Yeah, I've seen Iggy with the Stooges and without 4 times total, man. I love me some Iggy, man.
Gosh.
So,
Caramba. But
yeah,
yeah,
I'm sure
Iggy, geez, put on a shirt, man. Or let the guy out of your belly there and
you know why he doesn't wear a shirt?
Start the reactor. Why is that?
You know why? Because the pharaohs didn't.
The
They always thought that was cool. Like the pharaohs, you never see in the Ten Commandments movie and any of the old pictures or anything. Pharaohs never wore a shirt. They always thought that was pretty cool. So yeah.
Well, at this
sounds
point,
about right.
at this point, the pharaoh has no clothing. Hey-yo. That's
Yeah,
horrifying, though. Whatever the hell that is.
I don't think anybody be upset if he puts a shirt on now, man.
Yeah, that's weird. Geez, that is just bizarre. Quato. Quato. I think that's the name of the character. Yes. Quato. Hey, Quato's coming out.
Anyway, before we get too far sidetracked, yeah, this is September 27th in Brooklyn. So it's like, all right. I guess you got to have it in New York, I guess. That's where CBGB's was at.
Yeah. Oh, it's one
thing. People always wonder, they get CBGB's is country, bluegrass, and blues.
What's that?
Other music for uplifting gormandizers.
Okay. Okay.
That's what that means.
Gormandizers is a eating term, I believe.
It's like an insatiable consumer,
My dad was a
like kind of
gourmand. My dad was a
thing.
gourmand. That was actually in his RIP. What do you call it?
Obituary.
Obituary. He was a gourmand, international gourmand. Yeah, man. So yeah, so that's yeah. I know I read that once, but I knew I would never remember it. And good for you for remember. I'm not surprised you remember what that means, but yeah, very good, brother. Very cool. But yeah, not cool, Iggy. Not cool, man. You get Quado out of your belly there, okay, and start the reactor. Let's let's move on, man. We gotta move on, brother.
Another punk related story.
Oh, Henry. Where are you, Henry? There you are. There. Henry Rollins. Holy smokums. Yeah, yeah. Henry, I don't get this. I don't know, Doc. Henry Rollins is putting together a punk rock museum, I believe in Nashville. But query me this, Doc. Isn't there already a punk rock museum?
There is a punk rock museum in Las Vegas that was founded by Fat Mike from NoFX.
Okay, right.
But this is all just Henry Rollins stuff. I mean, he's just been
Really?
a collector. People have given him stuff, and he's kept everything. He's been that kind of ambassador for punk rock. That's the way I can kind of put it, man. He's been that guy for since the early '80s, really. And he's kind of hit mainstream, and he's had hosted shows on the History Channel and all
Okay.
kinds of stuff like that. So,
Well, he
but yeah,
seems
I guess
rather
over the years,
learned.
just
Yeah.
been stuff that people just because everybody, he gives them any punk rock band is going to give him their record,
Sure.
or a
Oh yeah.
poster or whatever, So he's just got so much stuff he's collected. So he's
Yeah.
got this huge warehouse, and he got it in Nashville, not the most punk city.
But it's a
I'm not
music
thinking,
city. It's
it's
music,
Music
though.
City, but I'm not
I
thinking,
know that. Yeah. Well,
you
it's the
know,
new hip place, brother.
but
Get
I'm
the
sure
hell
that's where
away
he
from the
found the
West Coast.
warehouse or whatever. So,
Yeah. 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 Well,
uh,
that's cool, though. He always looks like, he wants to kick somebody's ass, and he could, too. That's the thing.
yeah, he
Not
totally
only
could.
does
Yeah.
he look like he could kick some ass, but he could. So he always looks angry, but, intelligent as hell. One of them guys, that's just like the singer for Iron Maiden, one of the guys that's
Yeah.
just really there, really got it together.
Yeah, he
And
does a lot of the spoken word tours and stuff,
you
and
got to
yeah,
have your act together when you're doing that stuff. You got to really have a
yeah,
good
he's got a
mind
lot
on
of
your hand.
irons and a lot of fires. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
one of
yeah.
those
So
guys.
very cool. Good for them, Henry. Yeah, Henry Rollins. Okay, we got to end on a sad note.
I don't think it's meant to be sad, but it is.
Oh my gosh, this is terrible. This is sad. Where are they? I got them. Here they are. There, this is Willie Nelson and Steve Perry. Well, doggone it, from the good people of Blabbermouth. Steve Perry has teamed up with Willie Nelson for a new version of Journey's Faithfully. The only question I have, Doc, and you know what it is, why? Why? And leave that, you know how I feel about Journey anyway. It's like if I never hear another song for the rest of my life, it'll be a fulfilling achievement that will lift the spirits of my heart through joy and gladness. But no, they had to go and ruin that, man. So yeah, what they recorded at Ronnie's place in Nashville and Steve's studio, and yeah, they put it out on Dark Horse Records, and gee, many creepers. Well, I don't know. It's going to a nonprofit Farm Aid thing, but at the
Yeah,
same
it's going
time,
part. Yeah, going to
find a
Farm Aid.
new song or something. It bums me out when and it doesn't happen a lot, but when you take a song that you kicked ass at in your younger years and you redo it, and the voice is gone and stuff, and it's supposed to be it's a newer version, but you don't want to hear that. It's a
No,
horrible version, it is.
it's
Oh,
a horrible version. They both sound horrible.
I
I mean,
know.
there's no redeeming qualities to redoing this, man.
The
There,
vo-
other than the profits going to Farm Aid, I guess.
I mean,
But
yeah. Well,
I guess they try to figure what would get them some money. Well, let's redo a classic. And Willie probably said, I always like that song. So, yeah, they redid
Well,
Faithfully.
Willie, you expect Willie's voice to sound like crap. I mean, that's a given. But then to have Steve Perry live up to the low expectations of Willie by sounding like crap, also, it's like, geez. because yeah, his voice is all crackly, and it's just man, yeah.
Well, you
How
could get
many
away with
takes?
it with an original, where it's like that's the way you hear it, and that's. But when you got this is a song that's been at countless weddings, and just everybody knows the
Oh
song. I mean,
God, yeah, I
you
do.
just
Jeez,
like it or
pain.
not, you know the song.
Yes, yes, it's one of them songs. By golly, dun, 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 dun. And yeah, the
So yeah,
version's not too good.
everybody,
It's
when you get done with the show here, we're gonna sign off in a bit. You go check it out, and you'll get
uh,
a good chuckle out of it, and
oh gosh, it's sad.
have the same question we do: why?
But well, at least they're the money, if they make any money on it, it's gonna go to the Farm Aid organization.
Yeah,
Remember, that was founded by Nelson and John Mellencamp and Neil Young.
yeah.
Yeah, the first Farm Aid held in Southern Illinois.
Back in '85, I believe,
Yeah, my
'86,
sister and
late '80s.
brother-in-law were in the backstage area. Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
nice.
Yeah, yeah, very cool. So, yeah, boy, I don't know. It is what it is. What a wacky week of rock news. Jiminy Creeper, our recurring characters, they never let us down. It's great. My gosh. They'll be with us forever and ever. So really good to see that. But thanks a lot for stopping by. Uh boy oh boy, we'll see what happens next week. But until then, why don't you take us home there, Doc?
Yeah, another fine show, another fun show, fine fun show.
Fine fun. Yeah.
And I hope you all enjoyed it as much as we did doing it. I don't know, did it run a little long? Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, a little
Not
bit,
too
couple
bad.
minutes.
But
Yeah.
we got a lot in there though. So yeah,
Yeah.
hope you guys check it out and share and comment and all that good stuff. And although it doesn't seem to help, the algorithm's giving up on us, man.
It's all good, brother.
But it is all good. So,
Start the
yeah, as you know, we will
reactor.
do it again next Monday. We'll see what comes up, man. We'll see if there's more on this Springsteen thing. I bet there will be. And other than that, we'll follow you up on whatever else comes up. So, until then, have a great rock and roll filled week, everybody.